Welcome back to ColdFusion Form and HTMX. I'm working on this and it's now episode 11, so I decided I'm going to make major changes and get this so we can get this completed. I'm going to show you what changes I've made, how I made them, and then I will probably do the same thing and work on this off video and make changes and show you what the changes are. So my goal is to get this finished in just a few more episodes. I don't like a series of episodes that's gone this long. I think this should be shorter. So my future videos, hopefully I can limit them to being, 5 or 6 videos at the max. Right now I'm just going to show you what I've got, and we will see how much you like the new look and feel, as well as how I got there and the changes that you can use in your applications at work. I hope you like the new look and feel. Obviously, I'm going to be showing you how you can change colors in Bootstrap with this particular lesson. I'm going to be showing you multiple other things. And I'm going to show you the finished login. I also show you that I changed this to be the same as this one. Obviously, we want you to log in, but if you need to register, you can. You want to search, you can. Search is not working yet, but this portion is what I was working on first. Then we'll start replacing some of these others with actual logins. So before I go any further, let's at least do a login. So let's just do James Bond 007 at mi6.com, and I'm not doing a secure password, just doing password. So if you end up seeing it somewhere in my code or somewhere when I'm displaying. So right now it popped up and it did not do what I expected. We want James Bond to show up here. If I click on home, it will fix it, but I need to fix that part of the code at some point. And it looks like it did not fix this here either, and I know what it is. Give me 1 second. Let's fix that. I forgot the tool I'm using for the database, I have Laragon, and I did not start the database, so it would have been a shock if it had worked. So let's close. I'm on another screen clicking on Laragon. And I'll bring it over here so I can hit Start All. And now I'm going to bring it back off the screen, and let's try this again. James, let's just do jbond at test.com. Looks like I've done it before. So we will put in password, and we will hit enter. And once again, it's not working. Well, I'll figure that out another time. I want to show you how I did the color, which is one of the things I was trying to do. So let's first go to, before I even show you the color, let's see here. I wonder if we go into Microsoft Azure Studio. Let's close this. Don't need that. And what we want to do, File, Open Folder. We want to go to CF Form. And then inside of CF Form, this SQL, that's where the SQL Server code is that we use to build a site. So if I go to Files, now I can go look at Create Tables. Now in this Create Tables, this is going to be on the GitHub repository. So if you've not got that, you should be able to find it in the description, the link in the description. Once I push this up, I should have the link in there again. And I have it creating, like if you've got a problem, you can delete and drop your data source. I'm not sure why that's doing that to me, but let's just scroll up here. Let's try it again. Okay. My cursor is acting up. Okay, let's go right here. Try scrolling up. So here you can recreate the tables, you can drop the table, and one of the things that I noticed when I was working on it. Let's go look at the name of the database. Maybe, just maybe, we got SOAR. Okay, that's the problem. When I'm working on it off video, I'm working on another computer. The computer name is different than this one. So let's just let's go look at. Let's show you what I would do in this situation. I would go to my ColdFusion admin, login host, and we go CFIDE administrator index. So if you look at that closely, if you don't know this URL, let me know and I'll post it. So once you go to that, you'll go here and you will log in. Let's see here. I may have to reset the password because I haven't used this up here in a while. Let's see here. Okay, so what happens if you're working on your own machine and you can't log in? This is a great example and a great way to demonstrate what you do. So I go to the command prompt and, oops, hold on. Bring it over here and shut up on my other screen. And I go to the folder, I CD to the root, and then I go to ColdFusion, and whatever version you have, you can get there 2021 or 2016. I'm on 2023, so we're going to go there, and then you can go to CFusion. And then when you get there, let's see, if I remember correctly, you go to CD bin. So let's look here on this and see if I'm correct. Yes, password reset batch. This is not a file you would want anybody to have access to on a server, and you wouldn't want anybody to have the rights to, but on your local machine, it's okay because it's your machine. It's not for production. So I can just say reset bat, and it will come up and say, do I want to change the admin password or the admin component? I want to change the admin password, and let's type the password, and then RDS password. I'm really not using it, but I'm going to use the same password for this. So now it's all set. So I can do exit. But if I just type that password in here, it literally would error. So instead of me doing that and having to show you, I guess I could type it in there and let you see it. Errors. See, it's invalid password. Reason why is because I haven't restarted the server so that it can get the new password. So now what I need to do is go to services. So if I go and type services in the search term to try to find this, and I open this services, and I scroll down, I got all kinds of stuff running, probably a lot of stuff I don't need to be running, but I find ColdFusion, and you can see I have ColdFusion 2021 on here as well, which I probably need to uninstall. I just haven't done it. So I just go here and I can do a restart, but a lot of times I like to hit stop so I can see it stop, and then hit start so I can see it start. Once in a while I go ahead and do a restart, but call me crazy, but I like to know it stopped for sure. So I get to see it stopped, it's not running. I know you've got these others. You don't have to stop them for this particular issue, so I click start. Once this finishes, then we should be able to type in that username and that login and password, and it should work and let us into the administrator. So what we're going to do is we're going to double check a few things, and we're going to make sure we have this new database set to the exact same name as the one I have on my other computer. So as soon as this starts, in fact, while that's doing that, let's actually, well, we gotta wait till it finishes, because if I go to look up what the, oh, you know what, while that's running, I can go look at the application.cfc. So if I go here, and you look right here, the data source name is CFFormDB. So we're going to keep it named that. So let's actually now go back to our services, which is here, and see it's there. We go. It just finished. Got there just as it finished. So we'll come back here. We will hit refresh, and now we can type in this new password that we created. Now, a couple things I recommend. If you're doing it on your own like this, and you're using a not real safe password anyway, if you're always turning this off and no one's really messing with it, you can go to security. You don't have to do this. This is just one of the things I do sometimes for when I'm at home working on something. Let's see, settings, summary, security is, let's see here, which one of these, right there. I should have known by the lock. So what I do in here, because I am doing it for me, no authentication needed. So I'm just going to say submit, and now if I close, let's say I close this. Let me copy that. We'll close both of these. So now Chrome is closed. There is no, oh wait, it's not. Let's go ahead and close it. Okay, Chrome is closed. We'll click on Chrome, and we will go here. And then once I go here, I will go to that CF Administrator, ColdFusion Administrator, and see, I log right in. I don't have to mess with it. It's not that you have to do that. You can have a password if you want a strong password or a simple password or no password when it's your own development machine. So we see CFFormDB here. So that's the correct name, localhost, and we want it to go to the data source. This is the name that's in the application.cfc. And then this is the data source that we're trying to use. So if we hit submit, it comes back green. And if you scroll down, you can see it's working. It's hitting the data source. But let's go in here. We don't want to drop the data source because we just verified that it's legitimate. We do want to use the data source and recreate the data source. So what I'm suggesting you do for right now, because we want to have fresh data that's going to match what I'm used to, and in case things have changed. So what we want to do is we want to drop some of these tables, and what I will do is I will cause a problem first. Let's actually create a new query. So what we're going to do first is we're going to say, okay, well, I want to drop members, drop table members. And if I run this, it should throw an error. It says you can't do that. There's a constraint. You have to delete threads before you delete members. Okay, so I have to delete threads first. So let's come up here and let's say threads. Okay, so let's keep these in this order, and let's drop these two. Let's run both of this. So it says you can't drop posts until you have the table threads can't be dropped until you've dropped posts, because a thread comes to a post. So posts. So I can probably drop the posts. Oops, I got to spell it right. I can probably drop posts and threads. So let's just do that and see. That worked. So now what's left? I got rid of posts and threads. I see roles and categories. So let's do drop roles and run that. Okay, that worked. Nope, sure didn't. I got in too big a hurry. It says you can't drop roles, and it says drop roles. Oh, I typed too fast. Drop table roles. So let's try dropping it now. And there you go. Another error. But it says you can't drop roles until you get rid of members, because the members are going to be in the roles. So let's put it after members. Let's see if we can drop categories before members. Table categories. And now let's see if we can drop categories. We can drop categories. So we should now be able to drop members and roles in that order. So now what you can do is you can say, okay, I want to leave a comment. I want to, this is the order you can drop the tables when you want to create from scratch. So now we have the order. So drop tables. So now we have a script that we can run if the tables existed, and it would drop all of them and it wouldn't throw an error. So we've got that saved. I'm going to close it because we're not trying to drop now. We want to go back, and let's close that. We want to come back here, and we want to use CFFormDB, which is the database we're trying to use. We want to make sure we're using that. And it's saying, well, you're not connected. Well, I was connected before. Now what I could do is open a new query, cut and paste this, but since I know that the one I want to connect to is localhost, root, and because I haven't changed the password, it's a no password. And so now I'm reconnected, and I'm going to hit run again. See, it says successfully. So I'm going to highlight all of these tables and scripts and run this and hope it works. So it looks like it worked. So now if I do a refresh, I open this tables and I start looking. Let's save and close. So if I want to look at these, I right click categories and it shows there's some categories. Members, it shows there's a few members. And then if we right click on posts, it shows there's some posts. And if we look here, we get to see there's some threads. So now we have our database primed and ready to be used. So let's see, where can we go from here? Let's close this. The database is set. If we go back to here and we say, okay, I want to go back to my project, my ColdFusion project CF form, and I do this, it pops up. So let's try James Bond again, or J Bond, and we're going to type in super secret password and log in. Okay, so we still have issues where we need to fix. But let's talk about the color that I was saying I was going to talk about before. So let's close this. One of the things you do to be able, in Bootstrap, to be able to use different colors, you create a CFC folder, a place for your styles, your CSS files. You create a Bootstrap file called .scss, and then you put your information there, which I'll show you in a minute. I don't want to sidetrack you on that. There is a extension. If you do a search for extensions, and I've got tons of them, more than I need, for this watch SAS. So if I do a search for watch SAS, is it, I believe, or is it SCSS? Let's do SCSS. So, oh wait, no, this is VS Code. Watch. SAS. I don't think that's the one I'm using. Maybe it is. So it looks like the line through that they're going to need to go to this one. Oh, so there you go. I have this one installed. Lib SAS compiler. What that's going to do is it's going to compile the changes I make. So we're going to go change the colors. So let's go here, and these are the colors, the purples and the blacks and that you're seeing. So let's change this primary color to a blue, 336699. Let's compare that to 6699AA. That's lighter. Let's do the darker one, 003366. Let's hit save. Now, if you notice, I didn't have watch started. Let's see here. Watch is right here. Let's go to console output. Let's run. Trying to find that. Let me go back to. We were just looking at it, and I don't see it down here now. Okay, so what do? If you've got an extension and you've used it before, you know you haven't installed, like me, I've got too many, and I have this select language mode. That probably would help, but I'm going to say you do Control-Shift-P. And then notice one of the last things I used was live SAS, watch SAS. Click it. Now it's running. Now, anytime I make a change, although it's already recognized there's a change, and it generated this bootstrap file, and it overwrote this bootstrap file with this one. So I can point my header, when I'm including my bootstrap style sheet, I can point at this bootstrap style sheet, and there's two of them. There's the map and there's the CSS. And you notice the primary, when I come down here a little ways, accent primary, are the two blues, not the purples. So it created a style sheet for me. So now I have to look in the header to make sure. In here you can see it's located in Asset CSS Bootstrap. That's where this is at, Asset CSS Bootstrap. So now the color should change from purple for the primary and secondary color. Some of the other colors will not change because they're not primary and secondary. So if I hit Shift F5, it will go pull in the other colors. So as you can see here, now this color up here, let's go find out what color that is. If we go to our header and we look, the header is using, that's the nav bar we're looking for, not the header. So if we look here, we've got nav bar dark. So what if we go back here and we say which one is dark? This one's dark. Let's change it to 2525. No, that would just be a gray. 225599 is a blue. 220099, that's a bright color. Let's try 006699. I don't care for it. Let's borrow this green down here because we're really just wanting to change this so we can see it. So now we should get a green, but I really want a darker green, so I could actually pick a color like this. Now, it's not always recommended that you have too complicated a color, but let's just simply get rid of, I want 76, oh, how about 077676. Okay, so it's not one of the blues and it's not the purple. So now when we save down here, it detects a change, it updates our CSS file. Now I can go back to the browser, hold Shift, hit F5, and it changed to green. So now I have a green one. So how can I pick colors that are really good? Obviously you have to play with them until you get one that you like. However, there are some tools out there that we can use. So give me 1 second, I'll pull those up. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go to umint.com, and I went to instead of the basic, I went to plus. So if you want, you can just look at this and you can scroll down and you can say, do I like this? So I'm going to try to see, do I like this? Do I like these colors that it's showing. So I can drag this down like this. And down here is the codes that we need, the code that we need for the colors. So let's go back up here. Let's say I don't really care for this. I want to try to generate other colors. I can just keep hitting it till I find a color I like. I'm not real crazy about any of these, but let's just keep going. Let's go through and pick something random, probably. So you can click through these. You can also just use the basic color, the basic bootstrap, where it doesn't have all the extra features. But since Plus is available, I like to use Plus, even if I never use the colors. So I click this and we go through. I probably should have used that hot pink and then changed to something else later. But let's not use green because I just switched the header to green. So I'm clicking through. I don't like that yellow. So let's just click through, and I should probably pick what I don't like because I'm too picky about colors. But you can manually change the colors, so let's just pick one. Okay, this one's ugly, but I'm still going to use it, and then we will change it. So if I copy this, and I go back to this in my Bootstrap's SCSS, and I just simply replace this and hit save, it regenerates our Bootstrap, and then we can go back down to the browser, go back to the page, hold down Shift, hit F5. Now remember, we have dark mode set up automatically. So this is these colors with dark mode. So let's just go change dark mode for right now. And what I will do is comment out dark mode in case you don't remember how to get to dark mode. Obviously you could go back in the video and find it, but I'm just going to get rid of this theme, and we will go back here and we will hit Shift F5, which I'm not sure you need the shift at this point. Now the text is way too bright. You can't hardly read it. So you would need to change these links to not be that color. So let's try generating a couple more of these. So if you look, you can see that what you're getting is pretty much this. The only thing that maybe you're not getting is this blue. So let's just go to here, go to body, and we'll say class equals, and we want to say the background color. We want it to be, what color is that one? Let's go find out. So if we come back here, we want that blue. So if I go here and I scroll down real quick, and we look, actually I guess I should have scrolled up. So what we're looking for is which one is this light blue. Oh, inside of VS Code, you can go here, and you can see the light color is that one there. So let's go change inside of the header this background to light, and then let's hit refresh, and now we have that light color blue, and then we kind of need this to be dark colors. So let's go to, we need to go to latest discussions and hot topics and some of the others. Let's start with the first two. So if I go down here to under views, and then I go under discussions, latest is right here, and in here you can see there's muted text, but there's link light. So we want to change all of the link light. In VS Code, once you highlight one of those, you can simply hit Control D and it will highlight the next one. So if you're going to change them all, you can just simply keep hitting until you get them all selected. Wait, see, I've got them all done. They're all selected. So now I can click my arrow to the right, delete the word light. I could do primary, I could do dark, whatever we think we want. So let's do primary for right now. Let's go see how latest discussions looks. So if I hit refresh, primary stands out nicely. Obviously, we may change colors again, but let's first get all of these set. We will make them all primary for now. So if I go to Hot Topics, I can also do Control Find or Control, I think it's, let's just look and see. If I want to replace, it's Control H. So if I do Control H, I'll paste in that, and I'll paste in that, and I'm wanting to change all the ones that are light, links that is, to link primary. But why am I doing this one page at a time? So why don't I just simply say, forget that. I'm going to do find in all the files and replace in all the files from link light to link primary. So now I can paste this in over here, and I can delete this and say light, and I can simply say replace in all. It's going to say it's going to replace all of them. Are you sure? Because it's only across 2 files, but it'll replace all of them. So now that that's done, I can go back here and hit Shift F5, and now we have both of these working. So now let's go look at what are these top contributors, recent members. So let's go to top contributors, and those are under members because it's member information. So here's top members. Now what they're using for text and theirs is text light. So it really probably should be link light. So let's compare, and actually I'm going to call it link primary since that's what we're trying to change it to. And let's go look at Night Coder and see how it looks. So we hit refresh. Night Coder looks great. Now we want to do that for all of these. Now I don't know if there's any other text light, but let's just take a chance that there's not. So I'll copy that. Then we'll come down here to Web Wizard, text light, and we will do Control D, paste, save, and then recent members. I could have done the same thing I did where I did it for everything, but let's do text light and let's do all of them. Paste, save. Form statistics. Do I have? I have some in here. Do I have? Oh no. See here it says if you search for text light, there is none. So now if I come back to the browser and hit Shift F5, now all of these down here look great. Now we can decide if we want this to look like a link or maybe let it be a link but hide the underscore. I'm going to leave it like it is. Makes it easier for people to understand. So we've got this new look and feel pretty quickly. So let's say we want to pick some other look and feel. We don't want that look and feel. So we just click generate new looks and feels till we find one we like. And sometimes I am so picky I will click through a bunch of them, and so I don't know that this one's a good one or a bad one, but it makes the point clear. I probably will change the colors more often, and so let's come back here. We want to go back up to the SCSS file, and it's still watching. So anytime we make a change, it's going to update. So if I delete that and I paste and I hit save, now it's detected a change. Now it updates our CSS. So I come back here and I hit Shift F5. Oops, not there. Shift F5. And now we have a completely different look and feel. These are too light, so we definitely don't want this one. So let's see, when I accidentally hit Shift F5, what is these colors? Let's look and see. I feel like that is too light for the primary text against white, because this primary text right here, hold on, maybe I'm looking the wrong one. Yeah, let's just change it to this and see how it looks. It may not be super pretty, but it gives you a chance to see. You can make lots of changes, and you can pick 10 different colors, 10 different changes, and show to your client and say, which one do you like? Here's 10 choices. So I hit Shift F5. Let me go back. I bet I didn't save. So let's go back here. It says I saved. I'm going to hit space and save. Detected. It's going to regenerate. And now the primary should be this color of blue. And the background should be that light green. So let's come back here. Hit Shift F5. There. So even though this is not the greatest color scheme, it is not a bad color scheme. It's not horrible. I'm going to stop changing colors. So let's see if you can, before I fix it, if you go to the GitHub repo, download the changes, all the changes, re-import all the data, see if you can figure out why the login is not working. I will fix it and will show you, but I want you to try to do it. If you solve it, don't give the answer in the comments, but please comment and say, I found the answer and I know what it is. And then let's see how many people can say they found the answer. And let's see what I get for the next video. The next video, I'm hoping to have that fixed, and then I'm hoping to start working on the latest discussions. I have fake data in there, so I can actually pull in the first 3 of the latest discussions and topics, hot topics. I can pull in the members that we have and come up with multiple other choices. So hopefully you're learning something. Definitely keep coding. Code a little bit as often as you can. Every day is preferred, but as often as you can. And that way you can get used to coding. That will make you better. And the more times you run into problems, you say, this is a problem. Remember, it's not a problem. It's an opportunity to learn how to solve the problems. So I'll see you later. Thank you.